Hi, we are continuing to look at the solutions for the Special Paper 2 2016 exam. Now we're on question 11. All right, which one comes next? You have this shaded shape here and that. And in this box, what they have done is they've combined this and that. The two have been brought together, and here they are. So likewise, here, for us to find what comes next in the box, we need to think on how, if this shape and that shape are brought together, how are they going to look like? So you need to pay close attention to the way the lines are. So let us examine A. Okay, so if we take this and we bring it together, A looks like the answer, but let us look at B. B cannot be the answer because if you look at this shape here, it has an angle, an intrusion inside, which is not here. There's nothing going inside here. So this cannot be the answer. Then let us go to C. C, you can see the directions of these lines. They're quite different from these. So these are moving from this direction, going this way, horizontally. But here, the lines are going upwards. So this cannot be. D also cannot be the answer because there is this gap here, which is nowhere seen in one of these shapes. We don't see that line. So the answer is definitely A. Okay, let us move on to question 12. Which one comes next? All right, so let us observe, let us study this beautiful shape here. We can see those dots and all that. But in the next box, you notice that on one of the sides, the dots are missing. Okay, from where I'm seeing it, it's on my left side here. And then as you move on to the next box, another side again has lost its dots. Well, it shouldn't be difficult for me to know that in the next box, these dots will be gone, meaning we're going to have a shape with 3 dots only at the bottom. So this cannot be because the dots are on the right side here. B is very close to the answer, but the dots are 2. C looks like the answer because the dots are at the bottom and there are 3. D cannot be, there's only 1 dot, so the answer is C. Okay, so Special Paper 2, always remember, these are just games, okay? So you just need to think carefully and you should be able to get everything correct. Let us look at question 13. Well, what is the trick? What's the trick here? Okay, I can see this shape with its mirror image on the opposite here. Okay, and what they've done in the next box is they've only taken the other reflection, the other mirror image. They've ignored this one. So now they want us to look at this image and guess or analyze which could be the next one here. So let us apply the same trick they've done here. If we go in this next box, if this part was to disappear, the way here this part disappeared, we are only going to remain with this side. So among the 4 options, let us look at what would be the image here if we removed this other side. That shouldn't be difficult. From a quick inspection, This one seems to be the one. Okay, you can check the others. No, this can't be because it's clearly different from that. This cannot be. This is different. A should be the answer. Okay, let us go to question 14. What is the trick here? All right. Okay, there's a shape here, some interesting shape. This is one egg-shaped dot, and here there are two, here there are three. Okay, looks like something simple. Here there are two, here there are three. Okay, here it means those small circles should be four. That should be the next shape, and it should look just similar to that. Here there are two, that cannot be. Here there are three, and they are shaded. No, that would be different. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the answer is simple. The answer is C. Let us go to question 15. Let me hide those other questions so that they don't distract you. Question 15, what could be the answer here? All right. Okay, a quick inspection. I'll go for, if I'm looking at how these, if you are asked which one comes next in the box and you want to catch the pattern, the easiest is to look at those which look similar. So if I go in the first column here, all along in the previous questions, we've been moving horizontally, you know, from left to right, but these are two different shapes. So I'm comfortable with starting with the columns because I can see that this shape here in the next box down, what they've done is they've added a shape here which is a mirror reflection of what is at the bottom. So if you get a mirror reflection of this and you bring it on top, it will look like this. So here again, the trick should be they want us to find an image which will be a mirror reflection on that. And if you check here, if I start with D, well, D looks like the answer, but you need to pay close attention. You'll notice that here, the portions which are shaded, they are outward. But here, they're not shaded, so we discard D, it can't be. What of this? Again, it's tricky. It looks like the answer, but if you watch closely, these shapes are different. These ones are pointing down. These don't necessarily look like that. They are not an arrow pointing down, but these are triangles and different from that. This one cannot be because it is not shaded anywhere. But when you look at this top part, it is exactly this shape. And the bottom part is a mirror reflection. So the answer is definitely A. Okay, quickly we move on to question 16. Question 16 is very tricky, but with a lot of attention, it is not as difficult. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. Let's look at this beautiful shape here. There are these four lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, and those dots, and this small triangle. As you come here, the triangle is increasing, but these lines are reducing. From 4, the lines have become 1, 2, 3. The lines are reducing. Here, the triangle at the bottom keeps increasing. The lines are reducing. The lines here were 4. The lines here, there are 3. The lines here are 2. Definitely, the next one here should have 1 line. So let us inspect which one has 1 line. These two have 1 line. These do not have, so I will ignore these. Let me just look at these two. Okay, so which of these two should be the next one? So the next one should have a bigger triangle because this triangle has been growing from this small one, then it keeps growing, so it should be bigger. So already this looks like a candidate. Yes, it should be a candidate because the triangle is bigger and there's 1 line and then this shape is smaller. As you can see here, this shape was bigger, smaller, so this should be the smallest. The answer most definitely is A. 17 is quite simple. It is similar to what we've explained in the past before, in the previous exercise. Okay, so you have this shape. It is a combination of these shapes. One is not shaded, the other one is shaded. Then in this box, they've separated them. They've only reproduced this one here, which is this. And then in the next one, they've only reproduced this one, which cuts across. So if we are to find the next one here, let us follow the same pattern. So here you have two shapes. Here, they've only reproduced the outer one. Well, it goes without saying that the next one has to be this triangle. And definitely, it is C. Okay, so the answer is C there. Then question 18. Question 18, let's see what's the trick here. Okay, it's the opposite of what happened here. Here what they've done is you have two components which are separate, and in the next box they've taken this and put it there, forming this shape. Here again you have this shape and that shape. In the third box they've taken this shape and put it there. It looks like that. So it goes without saying that for us to have an image here, we need to take this shape and merge it with this. If you closely do an inspection, this cannot be, because there has to be this curved shape. It has nothing. This cannot be. This shape faces the other direction, contrary to the direction this one is facing. So this one looks very close, but on very close inspection, you will notice that there is a line which cuts here, but here there is no line cutting there. The answer is definitely A. Okay, let us go to question 19. Question 19. Okay, so I am speaking very fast so that we don't create a very long video which will occupy much of your memory space. But in case you download it, you can just slow down the video. There is a way to do that, which we hope to explain in some future videos. Okay, now, oh, this looks tricky. This is question 19. It may look tricky, but if you just give it attention, you don't rush, you will be able to know what is the trick. Actually, it's not as tricky. If you look at this, there are two shapes, two prominent objects rather. I can see this and I can see that. In the next box, they've only reproduced this. In the third one, they've only reproduced that. Then here, oh yeah, they've only reproduced this one, which is here. So well, the next one here should be this shape here. So you simply look for this shape among these options. Well, this looks different. This looks very similar. And yes, it is, because I can see these two don't look like that. So the answer is C. All right, the last question. Yes, this one I can see it's tricky, and you need to pay very close attention. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so here it is. If you look at this, you'll notice that in every row, these shapes are not changing. They face the same direction, they are not moving. For example, you look at this shape, it is the same, well, I would say similar shape pointing this way. If you look at this one, it is this one here. If you look at this one, it is this one here. The only thing is, as you move to the next row, there is this other object which has been added. And this object is not shaded. It is the same. Well, the shape is not the same, but it is a white space here, there, and there. Now, if you look at this one, this is there. So you notice that in every row, all the three shapes are there. This one in the second row, it is here. This one in the second row, it's here. This one in the second row, it is this one here. So in the third row, let us first check what is missing. This, we have it there. That, we have it there. Here, we are looking for a shape like this. You see that? So you can see that among the options, what has to come here, it needs to look like this. So it means this is wrong. That one goes. That one goes. So we need to look at this and that. Which one should come here? So if I am to go by my observation here, this white space is consistent, and we don't have a case where here you have a white space, and then here you have something different than what was brought out here. So whatever shape has to come here, it will need to have this white space with that diamond inside. Okay? And B is definitely the answer because it has the white space and that diamond. Okay, I hope these answers are helping you to understand the tricks of Special Paper 2. Okay, wishing you all the best.